So, as we're talking about, kind of existential items, a lot of people when they go through hard times at work, they get a tough rewards. It feels like it's an actual existential threat to their job or to their career. The only people outside of yourself that I've spoken with who have spoken about receiving a zero rewards connect at the end of their year, have they talked about it like a death knell? And for you, you saw that differently, and maybe because you saw it differently, it turned out differently. But I would just love to hear your thoughts on one, how you approach that. It doesn't define you. It doesn't define who you are as an employee or as a person. And then ultimately, I think people will be interested to hear how you were able to overcome that because, you know, we all have ups and downs.
And the question about, my philosophy about overcoming a bad review, my advice, that became probably the most asked about part of my salary talk was, so how did you recover from that result? And what did you do? And, how can you help me do the same? And my advice about that has changed based upon the changes that I've seen at the company over the past couple of years. And when I had this results, yeah, I was pissed off and upset because it did come as a surprise, blindsided me. But just having that new perspective of having a different manager come in and look at my past performance and go, what I've heard about you and what I've observed doesn't match up with the rewards I see. So let's work on what we can do to make sure that, we correct whatever needs to be corrected going forward so you can have a more successful career. And that was just instrumental in me recovering and knowing that I had the support of leadership to move forward. And yeah, my attitude was, okay, I've got to do better than this. And yeah, I turned it around. I had a decent review the next year, and then actually the second year after that zero rewards year, I got my promotion to senior that I had been trying and striving towards for many years.